3 days ago, I called out Riot for free on X. I posted this unusual options flow that was coming through on the options market. I posted this within my Discord community and, as I said, on X, and I said that there's a very, very good chance that price was going to bounce because it was meeting all of our criteria. Monthly was currently in a bull cycle, and the 1 week bias, which is a very strong support, was also being tested. Well, since then, price is now up over 17% with shares, and the call options that we talked about are now up over 100%. And in this video, I'm going to share with you why I took that position, why I ultimately closed that position today, and where I think this is headed. Now, this position was taken on our Unusual Whales fund. This is a small fund that's up to right now about $170,000 in our community. It's separate from the main fund, which trades our strategy. This goes off of unusual options flow that is also meeting our criteria. We started this fund about 2 months ago. This month, it is down about $46,000, but back in the month of October, it was up about $90,000, and in September, $58,000. So this fund is up still since inception in the past 2 months, over 100%, but we have been experiencing a bit of a drawdown, which is normal. Now, the position that we ended up closing today, as we said, was this Riot call option. So we ended up purchasing this call back here on the 25th of November, ended up closing it out today on the 28th of November, and we ended up closing it out for a 95% return. Now, unfortunately, I do think I'm closing this out a little early, but I want to explain to you why I closed it out, and more importantly, why, even though I think it's early, I think it's a smart time to walk away from this position. If you want to get access to all of the indicators that we use in these videos, as well as learn how to implement them within the strategy, go ahead and check out the link to our trading library down below. You'll get access to the BX Trender, the Smart Money Mastery and Smart Money Zones, and the volume profile. Each course shows you how to actually set up the indicators, the proprietary settings. Over 20,000 students have implemented this into their trading system and are seeing consistent profits from as low as $10,000 all the way up to over $3 million. The link will be in the description. Now, the first thing that we're going to take a look at here is going to be Riot on the monthly time frame. Now, for those of you who do or don't know, the main framework of our trading strategy is the monthly time frame and is the monthly chart. If the monthly BX Trender is showing green, or the fact that the stock is within a bullish cycle, then it means we are going to trade the stock to the upside. And you can see right now that Riot is meeting that criteria and is in a bullish cycle. This is why we put this on the radar in the first place and why we decided that we are going to trade it. The second reason is because of that unusual options flow that came through. I posted this, like I said, inside of the Discord community and also on X, but if you are a part of our trading academy, you go into the unusual flow section. You can just search in the unusual flow section for Riot and you'll be able to see that flow entry. Now, this was extremely unusual because it meets all of our criteria. It had size, time, and urgency, which you can learn what I look for when it comes to this option flow in our free course library. The link is in the description. You'll scroll down to step 4 and it's the options flow mastery course. Now, the three things, as we said, that we look for is size, time, urgency. The first thing is size. There's over $2.26 million in this one order, which is very, very big. Now, if we're talking shares or we're talking about maybe a bigger company with a bigger options chain like NVIDIA, 2.26 million is not that unusual, but for a very small options chain like Riot, this is very big. The second thing that we look for is time. The expiration on this contract was January 16th, 2026. So we had more than enough time till expiration. This is somebody who's taking a swing trade. And then the third thing is urgency. Now, urgency is the most important thing because when we're looking at the details, we need to make sure we see _AA. This means that the order was placed above the ask. It shows, first and foremost, that the whale who is taking this position is overpaying, which gives us urgency. But more important, it also shows us that they are buying these call options. This is not somebody selling a covered call. This is 100% a bullish position. So when our technicals are being met and we have buying pressure coming in on the options market, this is a no-brainer for me to be buying. That's exactly what we did. Now, if we take a look at Riot on the weekly time frame, you will see that price was also pulling back into the weekly fair value or the weekly market bias. This is extremely important, and we teach this in our free courses because it normally means that price is trading in a bullish trend, which we currently have, but that it's undervalued or short-term trading at a discount. So what we really want to be doing is buying stocks at a discount that are within a bull cycle. This is exactly what was happening with Riot, and it's why I was buying inside of this level between $14 to $12. Now, as we know, price has already bounced out of that level and the stock is up over 22%. And as we said before, the call options that we took are now up over 100%. Now, I want you to understand that in most cases, I would just continue to hold on to Riot and allow the stock to move all the way back up to equal highs back here from October or higher highs, which is still another 40% with shares to another 60%. And that means that we could end up making maybe 400 to 500% on those call options. But there's a really big reason I did not do that and that I ended up closing it out today. And that is simply because Bitcoin, which most of these crypto miners are trading off of, is not meeting our criteria. You will see Bitcoin was in a bull cycle from 2023 in February up until October of 2025. It was a 2-year bull cycle, had about a 370% run. And since then, at the end of October, Bitcoin has corrected about 16%. And while there is a short-term bounce here, it wouldn't surprise me if Bitcoin did continue to sell off in the next couple of months down to $70,000. And if Bitcoin was meeting our monthly criteria, I 100% would hold on to Riot. But the fact that Bitcoin is not means that I need to take profits when they are there. On top of that, if we move into the daily chart, you'll see that we do have a daily fair value band up at about $18. So I do think that the best we could probably see before rejection is another 10% move. And so when I look at a setup like this, where the actual stock I'm trading is looking very good, but Bitcoin, which it moves with, is not looking good, I'd rather just walk away with a profit. And I'm totally okay with watching this just continue to break out over the next couple of months and missing money on the table. I mean, I have so many trades that are currently open right now within our ETF and our main fund. We're up over 53% this year, and I've got a lot of profits on the table and a lot of other stocks that I can focus on. And the main thing that we have to understand as well is that we're not going to always trade everything to perfection. There are going to be times where we don't sell when we should have. There's going to be times where we sell too early. There's going to be times where we hold too long. And that's simply just a part of the game. The goal is not to trade perfectly. It's just to trade the system.